your question. We will try to pick up as much as we can. Apart from that, a week ago, we already posted our form on the public facing, I mean, social media, and we got some question. So we are going to start with that. So I would like to invite Gomti, Prince, Abhinav, and Rajendra for to start with this ask me anything on the fabric side. So let's wait for maybe Abhinav and Rajendra to come up. Abhinav, Rajendra, are you there? I think you guys are here. Maybe if you're on mute.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, Rajendra is here and Abhinav. Okay, yeah. So
Hi.
yes, we are. Yep. So we are having this fabric expert with me right now, and let's get start by this round corner question round. So I would like hand over to stage to our panelist and go ahead and go in a sequence. Right, who want to start first? Let's maybe start with Gomti. Uh, maybe just go ahead and I mean, let's see what are the question you picked up from our audience and which you would like to answer on the fabric side.
You're on mute, Gomti. You're on mute.
Sure, sure. Hi, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I think the first question I'm just picking up. Please give me a second. Before those questions, I just wanted to give a overview of what is this DP600 and what are the study guide they have to follow and what are the important websites they have to check. Okay. So I'll just start with that. And meanwhile, I think the questions we will just continue with that because let us have a short understanding of what it is. I'm just sharing my screen. Let me know once it's visible. Yes, I hope
Yes,
it's
yes,
visible here.
visible. Yeah.
Yes. So, Fabric Analytics Engineer Associate is what DP600, and it's an intermediate level exam. And this exam has expiry date, like within 12 months. Again, you have to renew the exam. So the exam, if your main objective is to do the data analytics part, or if you want to just work with data, then this particular certification will help you better. Okay, so there is no any fundamental exam for this. Like for a Power Platform, we have PL 900, and for AI, we have AI 900. So there is no specific basic because here they have started with the basics itself. Okay, so by the end of this particular certification, what you will be covering is what you will know how to prepare and enrich the data analysis. Okay, data for analysis. So here you will start with anyhow data analysis start with ingesting the data, doing ETL process or the stuff, and making it even more easy and better to and make it for the decision making or for your better prediction, machine learning, whatever the stuff may be. So here we'll be understanding how to do this, and also because everything comes into one picture, right? So that is why they have also added like securing and maintaining your data analytics asset and how to implement the semantic model. This three skills are measured here. Okay, that is maintain data analytics solution, prepare data, and implement manage semantic models. So we have Microsoft has given a clear learning path for this. We have nearly 4 learning path. Okay, and you can see here that each and every learning path has its own hours, like how many hours you'll take. Like here you can see it's 9 hours, it's 5 hour, 5 and 3. So totally within approximately you can complete it within 23 hours, like learning plus exercises, labs, and everything. Okay, so if you just click on anyone, so this particular first one, getting started with the Microsoft Fabric, it covers nearly 10 hours, let us say, because 9 hours, 58 minutes. So if you are a fast learner, you may complete it within 8 hours. If you want to learn like properly, and if you want to take more time, then it may extend up to 11 to 12 hours. Okay, that's not the case. So that's why I have just kept the buffer time for 2 hours, like additionally. So you can see for this particular learning path, you have a lot of module. Okay, so they have mentioned the modules as well. You have 10 modules to complete, and wherever required, they also included the exercises here. So this exercise, it has a clear steps on how to do this exercise, and what are the various steps, where you have to go, which one you have to do, everything with each and every screenshots and everything they have mentioned here. Okay, so this is where you have to go through this. And here they have given some practice exam, like any other exam preparation video. And here they have mentioned about some 100 minutes of time to complete that is, they will give you 1 hour, 40 minutes to complete your exam. So I have already explained about my exam experience. I'll be sharing that soon with you. So this is the complete thing. And if you want to schedule your exam, you can just go ahead and schedule it here. So this is the overview of the exam. And you should definitely look into this study guide. Okay, so this study guide will tell you like what is added or updated, because this fabric is completely online, right? It's a cloud based, it's a SaaS cloud based one. So it will be always updated. We cannot just say, okay, the same thing what you're learning today will be there tomorrow. No, it will be updated at least a monthly once. Okay, a small thing they'll be adding. So what I can prefer or suggest you is, what whenever you complete, whenever you complete your learning, you complete the certification. Because after 1 month, you cannot expect the same topic. They'll be adding a much more topics into it. So this is what you have to check here is how many percentage they are allocating for each skill set. And also, if you just scroll down, you can see what is recently updated. They haven't updated yet because it's been released like I think 6 to 8 months before. So there is no much updates here. But in the future, you can see what are new thing they have added and what are the things which they have removed. Okay, so this is what all about this exam and everything. I just want to go ahead with the first question. I request, I think, what are licensing on Fabric? Um, I think Prince or Abhinav, I'm not sure. Like,
Yeah, Abhinav.
yeah, Abhinav. Hi, Abhinav. This question we got it from
Yeah.
the audience. Yes, yes, Abhinav.
Right. Right. Interesting thing that how fabric licensing has evolved and how it is affecting Power BI as well. So we'll touch base on both topics. And the capacity modeling for Fabric is starts from It's a F series. They've named it as F series, and the capacities start from as little as F2. Now, when we look at the capacities, if you come from the Power BI background, you'll know that we had Premium Pro, right, licensing and Premium per user licensing. Come Fabric, what is happening is that you are getting F series nodes now, F series capacities. And the advantage that Fabric gives you is that it starts as low as F2, which is a lower cost. So you can start at much lower cost with data engineering capabilities of Fabric. That is like you can create your Lakehouse, you can create your warehouse, you can load data, you can build data pipelines, and you can do all kind of data engineering tasks, and then build Power BI reporting on top of it. Now, here just to understand that how how Power BI licensing is affected by Fabric, along with understanding how Fabric licensing is. So Power BI needs a pro license, right, for development. And unless you have premium, the users also will need the pro licenses, right? So premium capacity P1 was something that is now equivalent to F64. So if you were a premium customer, you'll need to switch over to F64. Come January 25, you would not be able to even renew your premiums. It would be like switching over to F64. So F64 provides you the Fabric workload as well as allows you to use all capacities, all capabilities of Power BI. So you have Power BI Premium as well as Fabric within F64. For developers, yes, you'll need pro licenses. Below F64, it's not that you cannot use Power BI. You can use Power BI as well as Fabric. That is, for instance, you are utilizing you have a very small project with low data and low memory needs. So you can start with as low as F2 for your data engineering needs. build your semantic model in Power BI and create Power BI reports, right? For that, you'll need a Power BI Pro license because for Fabric F2 capacities that they do not permit you to create Power BI for free, right? So you'll need, even though you're having a F2 capacity workspace, you'll still need a Power BI license, Power BI Pro license to work for Power BI users. Now, Power BI reports, once you develop for sharing them and using, other users will also need Pro licenses. So F2 plus Power BI Pro is going to be the most least cost package for you if you want to adopt to Fabric. If you want to still remain in the Power BI world, right? Do not want to switch over to Fabric, the old Power BI Pro licensing continues as it is. Yeah, Prince, you had no question.
No, I was just trying to add, can we put up a cost also attached to it also? That's where the
Yeah,
things are
I'll pull
changing.
that up shortly. So for
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
it was just to um, show a comparison that
Right?
how premium licensing are compared to Power BI, right? So if you look here, we have embedded capacities as well, A1 series, right? A1, A2, A3, A4, and Power BI nodes were P1 through P5, the dedicated capacities,
Yeah,
right? So the P1 starts from F64, and then you'll have P2, F128, P3, P4, and P5 equivalent capacities in Fabric listed here. So you'll, since you cannot have any more premium licensing on Power BI, you'll need to switch over to Fabric anyhow. And that in a way is advantageous because you are getting the same benefits for similar costs. Because the costing, if you are subscribed yearly, is almost similar to what it used to be for Power BI Premium. I'll pull up the cost shortly.
yeah.
Till then, if there are any
And the
questions,
transition has to happen by June, right? The transition has to happen by June. After current licensing is expired, there will be no renewals, and the transition happens by that time, correct? It's
renewals
not Jan.
are stopping as of January 25. Yeah,
Yeah, so for
renewals are
example,
stopping.
you have paid it for last year in November, so you can still use it till November 2025.
No, so stopped selling since July, Prince, and
Yeah,
the remaining ones were allowed to be continue till January, and now they'll only be able to buy Fabric F64. Yeah,
yeah. After the
right.
expiration of the current ones, correct? The
Correct, correct.
expiration can go till
After the
yeah, June. Oh.
expiration, at the time of renewal, you will no more be able to renew a P1. So
So after
you'll
June, that means because July they stopped it, so that means
correct,
from
correct. Yeah,
till
yeah. From
till
that perspective,
till
yes,
June. Okay, okay,
yes.
got it.
Should be. Yeah,
Yeah, June because ours is June, mine is June, so
yeah.
I know.
Okay, okay. All right. Yeah. Right. So, if you look at the costing, F2, right, this is the reservation, which is like yearly annual costs. If you go on to pay as you go, it starts at $250. So if you are having a reservation with F2 and a Power BI Pro license, so you could start with entire package just for $166 per month, almost, right? Because F2 will cost you just $150 and Power BI Pro will cost you $10 per user. So you can start as low as that. Just that you'll get two capacity units. And when you are a F64, then your users will be entitled to use Power BI reports for free. Developers, yes, developers are always advised to have a pro license, even though they can use that workspace, but developers are always required to have a pro license. So you'll still need to buy some pro licenses for development team. But once you switch to F64, you'll be able to have all your organizational users added to the capacity, and then they can access the Power BI reports in the workspaces without having a pro license. So that starts at F64. Win-win situation because you're getting fabric capabilities, especially for premium customers. When they renew their licensing, right, with reservation, it's $5,000, which is equivalent to what Power BI Premium was. And you get to have all the advantages of Fabric platform as well, right? So that's and even for direct link connectivity for Power BI. So it comes with a lot of advantages. The switch is good. There was no point to stick back to premium, so that is why probably Microsoft is doing away with premium, Power BI Premium, and will switch over everything to F64.
It will
So
bring some more cost to it.
right, right. So
Yeah.
there is added additional cost from 1 lakh storage. Now, slightly tricky to understand. But if you're having a Power BI Pro along with F2, the Pro storage still comes with the default Power BI Pro storage, which used to be 10 gigs per Pro license. That still remains with you as long as you're having a separate workspace for under that Pro licensing. But everything under 1 lake storage, for instance, if you have F2 capacity, everything under 1 lake storage, this is the cost that you'll need to pay for 1 lake storage in addition to the capacity. So that is additional cost that you have to bear here. It's coming down to pretty low because per gigs it's $0.023. Depending on how much storage you need, this is going to be chargeable there. So that those are the two pieces that I wanted to cover here. Why this is very effective pricing? Because you are when you're switching over to Fabric, you are not paying for Synapse, you are not paying for Azure analysis services, you are not separate. If you are F64, you are not even paying for Power BI separately, right? So you're getting best of the worlds in the same cost what you used to pay for Power BI Premium. In fact, with the preview of SQL Server, right? Preview of SQL Server coming within Fabric, right? You'll be able to create a Fabric database that's in preview currently. That would essentially mean you would also not need a SQL Server anymore, right? If you are integrating the complete solution within Fabric. So it will start serving as end-to-end data and analytics platform for your needs, enterprise needs.
I mean,
Yeah.
there were a lot of buzz about it. People not happy with Microsoft integrating Power BI to Fabric in a licensing space, and even that. So, do you know
There's
what was the what was the
No,
reason
it
behind
was
it?
unless if they no unless clarity wasn't there. There's enough clarity. So
Because
because
big companies are coming with solutions, so there must be something. If they're creating
they,
a business out of it, there must be something behind it. So that might be triggering that conversation. Do you have an idea? Because I wasn't
No,
able to get it
there's
because
no
if I
nothing
see
to
the
be
pricing,
apprehensive. People who are using Power BI Pro can still remain with Power BI Pro. Those who are switching over to F64, they're not paying anything extra. If you look at the costing is remaining the same. In fact, they are getting the added advantage. If they want to use Fabric data, platform capabilities, pipeline capabilities, they would not have to pay separately for ADF, would not have to pay separately for storage. So and also you could still host your semantic models within this capacities as well. So in a nutshell, everything is getting integrated together. Obviously, there will be fight for the compute, right? Because AS had a different compute, SQL Server had its own memory, right? Your yeah, enterprise data warehouse will have its own memory, but now everything is coming together. So obviously, what F64, what P1 could have provided to Power BI, F64 may not provide to Power BI. So that is one tricky situation that people might need to handle. Because if you are shifting your data workloads within F64 as well as Power BI as well as the semantic model, right? So everything is in the same capacity, right? And there may be issues when you are refreshing, when you're moving data from, for instance, silver to gold layer in your Lakehouse, silver to gold layer in your, or for instance, in a Fabric warehouse, and at the same time you are also refreshing your semantic model, right? So resources are limited, right? Resources are that are allotted to you are within the F64 capacity. So maybe if you are clubbing everything together, what used to work for you in a P1 plus other resources scenario, you might need F128. So that is something that needs to be evaluated depending on the needs. Like when you're consolidating all your data within the Fabric platform using pipelines and everything, then that is something which would need careful evaluation, that whether you'll need two F64s, whether you'll need F128, right? That's something the enterprise architects and would Fabric architects would need to plan for their clients. So that is one piece to be careful about.
Uh, Abhinav, I have one question. I'm Aru here. Just want to ask you some compliance and the security concerns when the people using Fabric, right? So the many organizations are again not so apprehensive, but they are slightly more practical and in terms of the compliance for each particular country. Each country have different rules and regulations for the data security. So, can you give some insights about how the compliance for each particular region, country is all, how to protect it? Because
Yeah.
think about the security for hospitals. Think about banking to customers, right? So, how the security and compliance can be integrated with the Microsoft solutions? Think some basic insight will be really useful.
So this Aru One Lake security is something that was introduced, and I'm not an expert on that One Lake security, but One Lake security has been introduced for Fabric platform, and that is designed to take care of the entire data within One Lake as a single security platform. And also the purview has been extended onto Fabric for if you want to put in data loss prevention policies, sensitivity labels, organizational policies. So Purview can still take care of those things. And within One Lake Secure, so I'll say One Lake Security and Purview, both are there to take care of the encryption, storage, and security. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that was very useful because when I was talking to many users, right, and the senior management is very concerned about the security, right? And at times, when talk about
Hmm.
medical instruments and financial instruments, right, they are the sensitive data.
Hmm.
I cannot hear him.
Yeah,
I can't hear
Aro is
him.
in transit. That's He's in transit
Oh.
probably. Uh,
Abhinav, we got a question in YouTube, like live chat. What's the difference between reservation and pay as you go?
So pay as you go is you can switch off the capacity, right? That's the on weekends you are not have a usage, so that is something that is provided with Fabric, but that comes at a higher cost. You would want to use keep the system active, so it's a typical pay as you go, as the name suggests, right? Just switch off the capacity when you are not using it. But with yearly reservation, it will be active for all the year, and you'll have a cost. So that's something you'll need to evaluate how the usages for the end users. If you're not using at weekends, right? If you're using the systems only for select durations, for instance, for UAT or UAT or QA environments, if you want to use a separate capacities, probably they can be under pay as you go, because UATs, QA, they happen for a limited duration of time, right? And you can always switch off the capacities after use. So
But
pay as you go can work better
what does
there.
it mean? What does it mean?
It means you'll be
So
charged
Abhinav, what
only
we
for
say
the
that
duration you are using the
of
capacity, right?
using it. So
Monday
it's
to
not
Friday.
8,000 per month. It's an estimated cost that can go to the max of 8,000 per month if we go for an F64.
Right,
Is
right.
that my understanding correct? And or maybe if I use just a half of it, half of the month, so it will be like 4,000 something or 3,000, whatever, depending upon
Correct. So
how
if you
what's the
look
use.
at there, if you look there, I'll just open that.
So
Um,
then what's the difference between taking an F2 and just auto scale it up? That is also a scenario, right? We can
See,
auto scale.
so auto scale is for your meeting your demands, usage demands. So it's like
So that
uh,
also you can be there, na? We take a
that
shorter
is can be
license.
done that was even with premium. So Power BI Premium, you could auto scale, set it to auto scale for additional compute, right? For when at
The need
time of high
arises.
usage, yes, when the need
But
arises.
24 hours
Yes.
yeah, so it's
All
just
right.
for 24 hours, right? So for example, if I'm in acceptance and test, I can make it to an F32 or something, whatever, as a premium, as a less cost, and then just auto scale it up to whenever we need it at that amount of rank. And obviously I can control the auto scaling by limiting the V course, correct? In the subscription itself. So that could be another way, right? So pay as you go might be something they might have thought about it. Right, Abhinav? We can merge the strategies across, right? With auto scaling, with pay. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, whatever suits better. It's
Okay.
like costing evaluation can be done. There's a Fabric pricing calculator. So you I'd recommend to use that so that you can determine the best pricing, right? But yes, reservation is for enterprise grades. Reservation is better, especially clients who are switching over from premium. The reservation is the go-to, right? Go-to
Got it.
purchase option.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
There are no more questions, then we can move to next one. Rajendra, you have you were taking another question.
Yes.
Okay.
Another question, can Microsoft be used for hybrid and multi-cloud environment? Yes, it will be get suitable for both multi-cloud activities too. Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
me?
We can.
Yeah,
We can hear you. We
yeah.
can.
It's works on the both hybrid and multi-cloud environments. I'll just try to tell you one real-time experience which I have received, like we faced. Like we are a complete setup is on the on-premises source system for one of the project. So we are planned to move to the Microsoft Fabric, which we have purchased a license with F64. And their on-premises source system, which will be get incorporated and load all the on-premises tables, like example, SQL Server database, Postgres, a few other tables are there. We moved all the source systems which are in the on-premises to the cloud-based environment. So we are storing these current tables on Lakehouse. Currently, we will store the data, complete information in the Lakehouse. So both on-premises, it will be works, as well as the multi-cloud environment. As I said, external tools like a GCP, Google Cloud Systems, as well as Oracle Cloud, and even the Amazon S3 buckets. So these are the storages. It will be get stored in our by using an external shortcuts. We can connect to the external source systems too, and those systems will be get stored in the lake houses. And as per the requirement, as per the feasibility part, we will try to call this as a semantic model once the data tables will be get stored in the lake house, and we will pull it. And as per the further requirements, right, we will bring it into the model like semantic model, and we will prepare the reports as well. So there is no I mean, like a limitation on the cloud part. It works for both hybrid activities as well as multi-cloud developments too. So, example, Arav asked one of the question, which we followed the security concerns. Like we Microsoft Fabric, it has been authenticated with following the steps, following the policies of Microsoft Purview, where we can try to reuse the existing assets. So instead of duplicating the availability of the data sets or something, we can reuse it in the form of an assets by using the, I mean, it has been integrated with the Microsoft Purview. And duplication of information will be huge. So we will try to get rid of it. That's why the main reason to make this multi-cloud activities and to move the data source systems to the cloud environment. So it will also use usual like Azure Active Directory policies as well as role-based access controlling systems, like maybe the granular level of permissions we can provide it like a single user or as a group-wise accessing part, or even the managing the permission level. Currently, it's a preview feature, so maybe in future we will expect the accessing part of the using of these semantic data sets, semantic model data sets in the cloud environment, going to the general availability. So it works for the both combinations like hybrid as well as a multi-cloud related other source systems as well. Any questions on this? Fine.
Rajendra, you're you're frozen on the.
Can you hear me? No?
Yeah, we can hear you, but it's the video was frozen.
Okay. Maybe some network. Yeah. Shall we take another question? This. Yeah. Prince, any questions in the chat or else in the live teams?
Uh, uh,
Uh, I couldn't see any question in the YouTube as well
No,
as in
right.
the chat. Yeah, let's go for the next question. How to pass DP600? Any guidance or reference documents?
you already gave Gomti.
Already,
Yeah.
yeah. Already,
Yes.
Somati, she already provided the information. So I just want to add few more addition to it. My suggestion, other than the, I mean, learning path, which try to, there should be something like challenges. So Microsoft will conduct some good challenges Microsoft. Recently, we completed the Microsoft Ignite challenge as well.
Ignite.
So try to
Yeah.
participate those challenges. Yeah, try to participate those challenges, and maybe in coming days, Microsoft Cloud challenge is going to coming up. So there we have to complete the thorough learning package, and once completed, we will receive some voucher from the Microsoft itself, like 50% discount and some so on. So try to attempt, try to follow the steps. I mean the examination process and all, which has been shared already. And also, I just want to add, there should be something like Microsoft applied skills. So try to complete for each and every exercises. There should be Microsoft applied skills. Try to complete it. You will
Yes.
get a real-time examination kind of experiences. Microsoft, they're adding some assessment and
Hands-on.
documentation as well.
Hands-on.
Complete. Yes,
Hands-on.
exactly.
Hands-on
Completely
experience.
hands-on.
Real.
So it can
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
giving some. I like that process which has been added recently for even the Lakehouse, even the data warehouse setup also they have added. Like that, we have a real-time intelligence based. They have added one more Microsoft applied skill knowledge. So try to complete those assessments as well as this complete the steps, which has been totally 24 modules approximately, and you will be get ready for the examination. So all the best, and make sure that try to complete this, I mean, like, which is very good. I have completed last year in March 2024. Try to do the same process. Yeah.
Yeah. And just I just completed, just to add it on to that one. I just completed a not even 1 month now. So Rajendra, you need to renew it now. Yours is March is coming closer.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
but
I did it completely.
okay, jokes apart,
Completely.
but guys, yeah. Just to guys, it's currently on a discounted voucher. DP 600 is going on a discounted one. Anyone who is applying for it is getting a discount of a 50%, 48%, 45%. I don't know what it is, but if you go to the last pay page, it goes to just a 75 euros, something like that. So it's really going down to a very low cost. I think all should go for it once you're done, before Microsoft takes off that 50% off, because it's in a still a beta version. DP600 is in still a beta version. And other certification that you can go for is DP700 as well. That is more on data engineering. This is more on association, and that is on more on data engineering. That is also something if people are looking to go in the data engineering skill sets. Yeah, Gomti, next one. I think if there are no questions across.
We have how Microsoft Fabric and Power BI is useful for the business, mainly for fintech startup trading platform. So shall I answer or anyone is planning
You go,
to?
you go to anything. If you want to answer, then I'll add it to it.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So Microsoft Fabric basically offer a unified platform, like for example, like a data engineering, ingestion, analytics, governance, and everything. So if you wanted to use that in the fintech platform, like I think you can use it for the fraud detection and prevention. So you can make it like suspicious trading activities or unusual account behaviors or something like that. Or you can also use Power BI to quickly visualize the patterns and the response. Okay. And you can even do the algorithmic trading optimization. For example, if you want to monitor the performance of the trading algorithms in a real time, you can do that. Or else if you want to identify inefficiencies, or the opportunities using the insights from the fabric and Power BI, you can do that. And the main thing is like the customer retention and the personalization that we can do. You can use the data to understand the customer needs and the behavior, enabling the personalized recommendations and everything. And you can also visualize the customer segmentations to tailor their services. And also for the regulatory reporting. Okay, so this is for training, I'm just telling, automatic compliance report for audits and regulatory findings. So all these things you can do it with the help of Fabric. In terms of fintech startup, like you can be really speed to the market. So you can quickly build and scale the analytics capabilities. And also you can adopt to the changing financial market conditions as well with the real-time insights. And because since you are working with a cloud, and that too a Microsoft Azure cloud, so it has an enhanced security and governance, which ensures the data integrity and regulatory compliance. And Of course, you can improve the trading strategies and the customer experiences with the help of the data-driven decisions. So, Fabric, you can use it for these things. Anything else? If I have missed it, please add, Prince.
Yeah, Gomti. So it all depends on what fintech use case you're gonna take it up, guys. So that matters a lot, because generally the finance space, the banking space, and the trading space is a well-regulated industries. So they need much higher terms of regulations as well as compliance and lineage and others. And like Abhinav was already telling that there are a lot of previews and everything. To add to it, also there are a lot of data lineage and regulations that can be covered as part of the fabric. Um, um, for me, that's why I say use case, because I would not go for building a trading platform on top of fabric. What I will do from a fabric point of view, I would go for more of a reporting and analytics on a fintech, from a fintech perspective. I will not go and build a trading platform on top of it. I will give more, I will use it for more analysis as compared to building an OLTP system on top of it, or transactional system on top of it. So that's a use case driven thing that you can think about it. What needs to be built upon it, uh, to ensure that you are compliant with a lot of regulation that you are going into it, because it depends upon which countries you're going to operate in, and how the regulation works in those countries across. Gomdi, that's it from my side.
So the questions are over. I didn't see any question on the YouTube as well. If anyone
I
from the
thought
audience.
there were two more. I think there were two more on the forms. And if there is not, I'll just pick up two from my side,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to
please. So the
just
link
to.
which we had, that
Okay.
is what I could
the-
see.
Okay, because I thought someone submitted it. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
but I'll
if I
pick
have
it up.
missed it, please.
Yeah, I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up. So for me, one was the question was, uh, we are coming up with a lot of terms of lake house. Rajendra, Gomti, Abhinav, add up if I missed on something or something. But people have a lot of confusion between a lake house, a data warehouse, and a data lake. All three being offered by Fabric or by other competitors of Fabric, Databricks, Snowflake, and everything. Google Cloud, BigQuery. What is this all about? People have a lot of questions about when to use what are the differences, and so on and so forth. So um, it all depends on the use case. First, I'll just go through the what are the three different ones. A data warehouse is a very old format, and I think everybody knows about data warehousing. We have been doing data warehousing for years. It's for more for structured data that are being in organizations, like in a very tabular format of rows and columns. In those scenarios, a data lake was and it has uh, data warehouse goes by a proper cleanup of data, quality of data is being checked, and it is more for a business intelligence use cases where the data warehouses were being used for so long, because it's a refined information. It's for a purpose of an information is defined upfront to make it more available. So it was more end users were more of your the report users that were going to see the end values out of the business intelligence framework. They were not looking for analytical data to be outputted. Then we brought in lakes were introduced back in 2010, 11. Lakes were introduced. What are the data lakes? Data lakes is nothing but where you. I'm just keeping it very short in terms of it's a big theory that it can go on days to explain what is data lake. But in theory, it's like any structured, unstructured data. You can put it out there, and it remains in its raw format. It never gets converted to any other formats, and people people can run those MLs and machine learning algorithms, AI on top of it to extract the information out of it. This is mainly was done by the data scientist, business analyst is not a right profile persona, but a more of someone who wants to extract from a business side, the business insights person who wants to take out the insights out of it. Then the third one came because both were having different use cases where the storage of lake was quite inexpensive, or it was not a very expensive operations, and they were change and they in a lake data lake they had a different compute for a storage and a different compute for a different compute for really processing your data. So they have a storage cost, and the compute cost was differentiated so that the costing model became easier. But what it didn't brought was a good data qualities. Operations were not able to be done. BIs were having some problems, but they had a very low storage cost. So then people came with the lake houses. What is a lake house? Lake house is a combination of these two: storage in a cheaper cost storage perspective, and a querying from a high performance query perspective as well. So people were able to manage that scenarios with the data lake houses, with the structured data, as well as with the it helped it with data lake house, with getting catalogs, metadata driven on top of it, top of the lake houses with delta tables. You could control the configuration and and as well as the metadata. So it was well within the rights of data lineage and other stuffs. So that's where the three use cases came into the picture. There are still a lot of theories going across the organizations and globe that will data lake house will have a future along with it, because now people have converted organizations from a BI stuff to a self-service reporting analytics or a data platform perspective. So they are changing the mindset. So will data lakehouse exist in a longer term? Needs to be thought of across in terms of a lot of things, or maybe they will merge to a one data platform scenario. But that's something we need to work this out. If you see the growth level, there was no data warehouses in initially. So what they brought is Databricks brought the data warehouse back. People with Azure brought the data warehouse back in the Fabric scenarios from a SQL data warehouses and all this stuff. So there are different school of thoughts. It's a long journey, and I think it's an interesting one to begin with, and we need to figure it out once we reach the endpoints. There are a lot of good material from Microsoft, from Databricks. I'll post it in the chats or on the LinkedIn. Can go through it, see your use case, and then decide on what you need to take it on to make your life easier as part of your design pattern. Gomti, add it if I missed on something or I didn't cover a certain portion.
Yeah, you have almost covered everything. So like I can just give the key highlights here. So if you want to go with the structured data, and if like you may be thinking like BI or reporting, and if you want to the storage cost, if you can bear the storage cost as a higher one, then go ahead with the data warehouse. Okay. Or if you have a structured, semi-structured, even unstructured data, you have to go with the data lake. Okay, and as well as like structured, semi-structured. Um, uh, and if you want the optimized BI analytics, go ahead with the Lakehouse. And yes, other than data warehouse, all are like semi-structured, structured, and unstructured. So only thing is like I think One Lake is for the Microsoft Fabric specific thing where you can store the central repository over there and across the Fabric workloads like Data Factory, Synapse, or Power BI. Yes, that is what. We got a question on YouTube. Like, do we have access to all the features, components of Fabric under free trial? So I think for the free
Rajendra, you
trial,
want to go?
yeah, Rajendra, if you want,
Yeah,
please.
yes, sir. Yes, yes. For free trial, we can get it access. Like they are giving approximately 30 days, so we can go
Yes.
with the free trial and make use of fabric related all the stuff. But one thing is, which I have observed when I'm working with the free trial, is slowness is there because it's completely works on the cloud environment as per the data that you are importing. The data size matters, so you can face some slowness, but all the features and functionalities are there. if you're making use of the free trial.
But
Okay.
all features are there. So all lake house, everything you
Most,
can do it.
yes,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes,
mostly, yes.
yes.
And I think it has some limitations, like only few tables and the data retrieval.
Mm,
So only the problem, only the limitations will be in the data retrieval part. Only the how much MB or something like
exactly,
others.
exactly.
So yeah. And one more
How much
question.
are there? I didn't know.
Approximately 30 days they're
How many
giving the
MB?
free trial. No, no, it's not like
I
MB.
think
Oh,
Like
60
as
days
I'm,
free trial.
yes.
They have changed something?
No, I'm actually getting after 30 days, like after renewal, something like that. So 30
Okay.
days is the max it is getting, which I'm using.
Okay. Okay.
And
I
the MB
think
size, Prince, MB size, I have imported 20 MB file, which I have faced as a slowness with the 20 MB
yes,
itself.
yes. So when
okay.
I was using a Power BI Premium, I got like 60 days free trial, and then again I
Okay.
have extended. So I think Fabric, I thought like Fabric also having the same thing, like 60
I
days.
got, yes, correct. Power BI it is a 60 days, but I have connected not with I don't have any pro license, Gomati. I just connected with normal with on Microsoft
Okay.
account.
Okay.
At
Got
that
it.
time,
Got
I
it.
got it as a 30 days. It's okay. So
Okay. Okay. So one more question, like I think it's for Abhinav mentioned, we are not able to renew SP SKU subscription. What about EM and A SKU subscription? Is Abhinav
All.
here?
I mean, is here, but it's for all. No,
Abhinav, do you want me to repeat the question?
Nope, that's fine. Yeah, Prince, go ahead. You can cover it.
no. I'm not just saying that all licenses are moving to the this one, the F64. That's what I at least heard from the Microsoft guys. I don't know if you have something else.
A series is still available, uh, but uh, yeah, I would I'd need to check that, Prince, when it is going away, because I had the information around primary. Um, Let me. Is that question on YouTube? I can
Yeah,
revert
it's that the
later.
question from YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Gomti, I think let Abhinav check in. Abhinav will get
Yeah,
Yeah,
back
I
yeah,
and
can
yeah.
post
Sure,
it
update
on
sure,
the
because
sure.
I
link on
don't
the
know
LinkedIn.
around a capacity uh, when they are going away. Because A was A was intact. A was staying for embedded.
Mm, okay. Abhinav, you can check it and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
You can check
think
and
yeah,
answer later. No problem.
he- yeah,
Yeah, right.
and
I
go
don't want to give a incorrect answer on
wrong.
A capacities. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sure,
Okay,
sure.
okay. I think then let's go for the next one. Gomti, there was one more on the direct lake mode. At least that was at least asked to me by someone. How does this direct lake mode works, and what is the scenario behind it?
No, no, no. I
Anybody
didn't
want to
get that.
take?
Can you?
It was
It's
someone
there
asked
in this
me
chat.
yesterday. No, not in the chat. It was as part of the submitted
Okay.
form. At least
Okay.
that's what I saw in the form submission.
Can you please repeat the question? I didn't get.
What what is a direct link mode and how does it work in the fabric from a fabric perspective?
Okay.
Do someone want to take
Anybody
it, or
wants
I
to
can take
answer?
it?
Shall I answer?
I can also answer if that's not the case. Okay, I'll answer. You guys added to that the whole conversation.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, the direct semantic model, you need to someone who's going for it needs to understand multiple parts of it. One, with this directly semantic model, all your Power Query transformation has to be moved towards your the data source itself. So you need to ensure the delta table has all the transformation done, and that's the final version of it. Because Power Query, you might not be able to work as a end user might not be able to edit the Power Query in this delta lake direct lake mode. Secondly, why it's fast? Because it has a transcoding. What it does, why the way it works is that it when a user sends a response from a Power BI, it runs, opens the report, it renders the reports. A response is sent to the Parquet files directly in the first mode, and all the data is loaded into the columnar storage of what it was defined as part of the last version of the hits. And there is a direct query fallback mechanism involved in it. When, for example, you're querying certain things that it cannot solve it with the current storage in the memory after the first version of first load of it, then it goes back and queries the first it tries to check the schemas, if the schema has changed on the delta tables or not, and it uses the endpoints, sequence of endpoint of a lakehouse to check the schemas and everything, and then it tends to get back that additional load to that columns into the transcoding, and any further data processing on the top of that column will be done via the memory itself. Then it doesn't go back and forth to the this one. Only thing only problem with only drawback that I felt with direct link mode is that you are taking away the analytical or a transformational capability from an end user if you have given it to them after the semantic model. So that's something you need to understand whether who holds that connection, whether it's how you have personify, how you have made the personas in different part of the your data platform, whether data analyst is using the semantic models to create the reports, or they are able to even edit the semantic models on their own for adding additional columns or whatever. So it all depends on how you have done it. Also, this is only available on Fabric. If you have your storage in your one data lake, it will not work on it. It will only work on the Fabric capacity. You have to have a Fabric premium capacity, either a Fabric Lakehouse or either a Fabric data warehouse to connect in a direct lake semantic model. So that's a nutshell. But I'll post it a link, a good architecture by Microsoft in terms of that. You can have a look at it as well. Gumti, add if I missed on something.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. Like, yes, we have when we are connecting with the data, like we need to fix like what is the storage access method, whether we are directly connecting to the lake mode exactly, or we are going to have a cache in our Power BI or in our wherever we are just working. So that is what direct lake mode is like, a storage access mode, which enables the data access stored in the one lake directly. We will be directly connecting with that, where we will be getting a real-time update. So that is what. Any other questions? I don't see questions in the YouTube.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, then I think we are done
Okay.
with the session. And guys, in case you have questions, you can post it on our Daily Tech community, and any one of us are more than happy to answer it. Uh, so it's a thing that you guys can do it there as well. Connect with us, and we are more than happy to have a answer it.
Yes.
Thanks for joining on a weekend, guys. And we know it's a weekend. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being
Thank
part of our
you.
learning journey. Yeah, Rajendra, Abhinav,
Thank you all.
anything from your
Thanks.
end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a
Thanks.
great
Thanks so
day.
much, guys.
Good.
Great
Thanks.
weekend.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Good.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye bye.
Buy that.